The conches had roared like thunder, shaking the very marrow of warriors, echoing across the blood-red horizon of Kurukshetra. Chariots lined the vast plain like endless waves of steel, shields glimmering like suns, arrows quivering in quivers, restless to pierce the sky. The war drums pounded as if the earth itself demanded blood, and the air smelled of sweat, dust, and destiny. And upon a golden chariot drawn by white stallions stood Arjuna, son of Pandu, crowned with valor, yet chained with doubt. His Gandiva bow rested heavy in his hand, his emerald eyes scanning across the battlefield. He saw not just enemies, he saw fathers, uncles, brothers, sons, his own blood dressed in armor, their faces twisted with resolve, their lives staked upon the clash of war. Krishna, Arjuna's voice cracked as he turned to his charioteer, to the one he trusted above all. Krishna, calm as the silent ocean, reined in the stallions with ease. His golden crown, set with a single peacock feather, glowed faintly against the crimson dawn. His eyes did not flicker, his lips unshaken. "O Janardana," Arjuna whispered, his voice torn between despair and disbelief. "What joy can there be in killing these sons of Dhritarashtra? They stand as foes, yes, but are they not also kin? Is there honor here, or only a river of sin ready to swallow me whole?" The battlefield blurred. For a moment, the war around him fell silent in his heart. His breath faltered, his body trembled. He gripped the bow tighter but felt it slipping, as though even the weapon rejected the task he was bound to. What joy indeed! What victory could glisten when drenched in the blood of brothers? The armies shifted, their banners thrashing in the wind. Bhishma, old and majestic, his beard white like Himalayan snows, stood tall with his bow strung tight. Drona, the teacher, whose very hand had guided Arjuna's own in childhood, now stood ready to strike him down if destiny demanded. Beyond them, cousins of every age glared with fire in their eyes. Arjuna's sight blurred with tears. He saw not warriors, but faces from his past. The laughter of brothers in childhood echoed in his ears. The stern voice of his teacher rang as a phantom in the dust. The warm touch of elders who had once blessed him before battles now stood as curses before this one. "These are the sons of Dhritarashtra," Arjuna muttered, his voice growing hoarse. "But they are also the children of my memory, my blood, my bond. What joy can be born from their fall? What crown could dazzle brighter than the sin that would stain my soul?" He pressed his forehead with his palm, trembling, his golden armor suddenly feeling like iron chains. The Gandiva bow quivered in his hand. The horses neighed restlessly as though sensing the storm within their master's heart. Krishna said nothing. He held the reins steady, eyes calm, gaze fixed forward. Silence was his answer. Silence that deepened Arjuna's storm until his very breath came ragged, uneven, tortured. The battlefield roared around him, yet within him only one cry echoed. "What joy is there in killing my kin?" The air thickened with the smoke of sacrifice, with the war cries of thousands. But Arjuna heard only the whisper of sin creeping into his veins. "Sin, Krishna," he burst out, his voice loud now, anguished, trembling. "It will possess me, bind me, drown me. What else can come of such slaughter? I see no joy, no victory, no triumph, only the black stain of blood on my hands, staining my heart forever. Even if they are blind with greed, even if they are felons, still they are my brothers, my teachers, my grandsires, my blood." He closed his eyes. In the darkness behind his lids he saw it, Bhishma falling, his body pierced with arrows, his beard stained crimson, Drona collapsing, eyes filled with betrayal, the faces of children crying, wives widowed, homes burned, victory's song transformed into a dirge of death. Arjuna's lips trembled, his voice became a whisper. How can joy arise when grief is the shadow of every strike? How can sovereignty taste sweet when sorrow poisons its cup? Even if they kill me, Krishna, even if I die upon this soil, I will not raise my hand to strike them first. For what is the worth of a kingdom purchased with sin? His fingers loosened, the Gandiva bow sagged, his body trembled as though the weight of the universe pressed upon his shoulders. Krishna, still silent, let the reins slip softly, calming the white horses as they pawed the earth, snorting clouds into the dusty wind. The battlefield raged on, but here in this chariot was a storm greater than all. Arjuna's knees weakened, his shoulders sagged, sweat glistened upon his brow, though the morning breeze blew cold. He sank into the seat of the golden chariot, his bow sliding to the floor with a hollow clang that rang louder in his ears than any war drum. He buried his face in his palms. What am I, Krishna? A warrior or a destroyer of my own soul? They call me Partha, conqueror, the one who bends destiny with his arrows. Yet here I sit, conquered by my own heart. My hands will not kill them, Krishna. They will not. Better to be slain than to slay. Better to perish than to become the cause of such ruin. His voice shook, cracked, bled like an open wound. Krishna watched, silent, serene. His eyes glowed with compassion. Yet he allowed the silence to stretch, to let Arjuna's torment pour forth like a river bursting its banks. Around them, warriors shouted, elephants roared, chariots clashed. But Arjuna heard nothing now. His heart was deaf to war. His world had collapsed into a single truth. There is no joy in killing my kin. There is only sin. The battlefield was chaos. Dust rose in golden clouds. Arrows streaked the sky. Soldiers slammed shields in rhythm. Yet in Arjuna's chest raged a war fiercer than all. A war of love against duty, of blood against honor, of conscience against destiny. He raised his head, tears streaming down his cheeks. His emerald eyes, once fierce with warrior fire, now flickered with despair. He looked at Krishna, his voice breaking. You are Madhusudana, destroyer of demons, knower of all hearts. Tell me, what joy lies in this? Tell me, how can I kill those who raised me, loved me, fought beside me? Is sin not certain if I strike them down? Even if the world calls them felons, my heart sees only kin. His hand reached for the Gandiva, but fell away, limp, as though the bow were no longer his to wield. His spirit seemed broken, shattered upon the battlefield before an arrow had even flown. The white stallions stamped impatiently, their hoofs striking sparks, their strength restrained only by Krishna's steady hand. But Krishna's gaze remained calm, his silence unbroken, his presence a mountain unmoved by the storm. Time stretched, the sun rose higher, casting a pitiless light upon the field. The warriors awaited the call of fate, yet Arjuna had already fallen not by arrow or sword, but by the unbearable weight of his own heart. He slumped back against the seat of the chariot, his breath shallow, his strength gone. The Gandiva bow lay upon the floor, abandoned, dishonored, yet heavy with meaning. I cannot, Arjuna whispered, his voice soft as a dying flame. I cannot kill them. No kingdom, no crown, no world is worth the sin that will devour me if I do. O Krishna, if there is joy here, I am blind to it. If there is glory, I am deaf to it. All I see is sorrow. All I feel is the burden of sin. He closed his eyes, tears sliding down his cheeks, his golden armor gleaming in the cruel sunlight. He was a warrior broken not by enemy blades, but by the love that bound him to his foes. And Krishna, silent, eternal, the charioteer of destiny, watched. He let the moment linger, let Arjuna collapse into the full weight of his despair. For only in that collapse could the seed of truth be planted. The battlefield roared, the earth shook, fate waited, and in the golden chariot stood silence, deeper than war.